What is up, people? 6 or 7 days that I haven't posted, and it's finally fucking time. Basically, what happened is past week, I have just been doing everything that I'm not supposed to do. And I don't know if it's burnout or if it's just me hitting my ceiling of beliefs, and I'll get into that in a second. But it happened, and it made me hit rock bottom, which is pretty cool because I compared the way I react to things today and the way I used to react to things 2 years ago, 3 years ago. There's definitely a difference, and it's because my minimum standards got higher. So I'll show you an explanation of what I'm talking about. So let me go to the Miro here. I don't know if you guys can see. Perfect. So basically, what happens is, we thing is we are not what we do at our best. We are what we do at our worst. So I'm sure that in your life, you have some moments where you're doing everything, you're happy, you got a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 checklist, everything is checked, probably one is missed, but you're doing really good, you're happy about yourself, you are getting closer to your goals. What happens here is that you kind of get comfortable and then one day you won't do this one, but then you get back to it, and then on the other day you won't do it, and then you get back to it, and then another day you won't do two of those, and it's fine because you just made 10,000 or you made 7,000 the other month, or you're looking pretty lean, or whatever it may be, until you find yourself days, weeks, months after, right here, where you kind of are doing none of these things. And this is, of course, relative. It might be that your lowest is that you're doing only one or two. And so basically, the solution to this is to have basically just take this, right? Let's take this little graph and just increase it to where our lowest becomes our previous high. So now your lowest is doing what you're currently doing now at your highest, meaning the money you're making, meaning how many times you go to the gym, meaning how your food is, etc. And then here it's even better. So for example, if you cheat on your diet, so if when you cheat on your diet here, you're like eating out of the fucking Nutella jar, it might be that when you cheat on your diet here, you are having one cheat meal a week, or you probably don't track 1 or 2 meals. You know that they're healthy, you know that they are within your calorie range, but you might be 100, 200 calories off and you're not really sure. But here, you're pretty fucking dialed. And I don't know, the new freaking low or the new freaking high might be that you're tracking your micronutrients. So you're tracking your salt, your potassium, your magnesium intake. You're tracking basically the quality of the carbs that are coming in, whatever it may be. So I hope that you guys are get my point here. But basically, this is what's been happening. And I got this idea from, let me give credit where credit is due. I got this idea from Charlie Morgan, from his new basically Imperium Academy that's free. I just have been devouring this yesterday. So freaking good, so good, so good. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. And basically, the way he explains the reason behind dropping here is not really that you get comfortable, because in a way, I'm not really comfortable making 6, 7K a month. What I'm really comfortable with is making 50, 100,000 a month. That's what I really want to make. And then we're gonna have to break beliefs and whatnot. But thing is, when you get here, you probably have some limiting beliefs that stop you from doing this, and then having again the lows here, and then you get to another high, and then you keep on going. And that's basically what I'm lacking is, or what I have is that I have limiting beliefs that make it so that if I make that amount of money, it becomes fine to do certain things. Or if I sleep for a certain period of time, if for a certain period of time I'm sleeping well, then it becomes permittable to sleep late or start to watch something. It's like I've earned it. So this I've earned it thing is actually just a limiting belief. Why do you believe that after X amount of time, be it a week, be it 10 weeks, be it a year, that you deserve to, I don't know, start to slide off? And thing is, you might believe that you deserve to slide off and actually do it, but you might just slide off here. And now the delta between the two is lower. So it's all about limiting beliefs and what you actually believe you're allowed to do once you get to a certain goal. And another thing he spoke about is that you have to make this make you feel pain. Because this is where I actually feel pain. This is where you feel pain. And that's why you go up on on a rampage again, starting to make more money and fix your life and all that. But what if you make this very painful to what if you make your brain register this on a very painful scale? And so, yeah, we're getting on a tangent here, but this is basically what I discovered and what I've been falling into for so long. And now it's time to fix it. So, free journal. Why am I doing these in the morning instead of doing them at night? Because I figured that quite a few things here can only be answered once I wake up in the morning. And it's kind of weird when you like I wake up and I have to do it, and then at night I have to talk about yesterday. And I just want it to be, hey, this is what I did yesterday. Boom. Let's see what we're gonna do today. So, free journal. Beliefs can actually change with visualization. I'm convinced of that now. I had been against it for a long time because it sounded all woo woo. I will work on my visualization board now. So I made a visualization board about 2 years ago, and I didn't really follow it. I mean, I followed it for some time, but it started to feel a little bit woo woo and a little bit weird. Like, what the fuck? I'm reading this shit, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be, it's gonna come into existence by reading it. No, it's gonna come into existence by working, by into existence by working. But the thing is, I have to find a way to work, because if work was what's going to give it into existence, it would have already happened. But since I don't really do the work consistently, then it didn't really happen. And it's like chicken or egg first. Which one really is it? But now, when I watched this module, it seems like there are actually there's actually scientific evidence to this. So there was a guy who, or let me start from the beginning. The way you change your beliefs is by, okay, we have experience here. So experience, and then we have beliefs. And basically, what happens is you have an experience, and that experience shapes your beliefs. And then you have beliefs that shape your experience, and it keeps on running like this. So, which one does it start with? It always starts with experience, because when you are 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, you don't have beliefs because you don't, I mean, you do have 6 year old beliefs, but you don't have strong beliefs because you haven't experienced things over and over again. And then your beliefs kind of confirm what you have through confirmation bias, and it becomes like your thing. So we might have this circle, and for example, beliefs about dating. We might have this circle, not mine, but we also have this circle, let's say about, wait, let me copy this. Guys, bear with me for a second here. So we have this about work ethic, right? And then we have it again about health and working out and diet, and we have another one about lifestyle, etc. And so the dangerous thing about this is that you have an experience, you make some conclusions out of it, and here this is the thing, is that me and another person can have the exact same experience, but our conclusions are so different, that our beliefs are so different. And what happens is we walk earth with trying to confirm the beliefs that we have, because that gives us a sense of direction in life. I mean, imagine walking in life not fucking knowing how shit works. Like, you want to have beliefs and would rather have fake beliefs than have none. And so we have those beliefs, and we act in the world with those beliefs in mind, and it confirms it, because if you act in the world with a certain belief, you will have the same experience, and that will keep on running. And basically, what you have to do is either change this or change this. Now, experience is pretty tough to change experience when your beliefs are a certain way. So, the easy way to do it, or the most straightforward way to do it, is to change your beliefs. And now, how do you change your beliefs? Well, we change them through experience. I know it sounds weird, but bear with me a second. So, how do we experience experiences? Through our five senses. So, we have visual, auditory, sense, Taste. What's the other thing? Taste and touch, sense, yeah. Um, I don't know, something else. And then we have imagination. So imagination can be as potent as real life. I mean, just think of when you woke up scared from a dream. That was your imagination. Think of when sometime you get lost in your head. You almost feel like you were actually experiencing it. And the thing is, when you imagine all of these things happening at once, so let's say you want to imagine yourself driving the car that you want to buy, and like you imagine the leather, you imagine the smell, you imagine the view on the dashboard view with the road ahead, you imagine everything, then it's almost like real life, and it's strong enough for you to register on your brain as an experience. And basically that's the way you change your belief. And I know you guys like to have some scientific experience behind stuff like I do. Well, there was an experience that they conducted on a guy where they told him, hey, we are going to take like a very hot iron and we're going to get it closer and closer to your back. And then we want you to tell us how hot it is, or when it gets too hot. And the guy was like, okay, they took it. It was real, like the iron was really hot. And they got it closer and closer and closer to his back and asking him, like, how hot is it? Yeah, it's getting pretty hot. It's getting pretty hot. It's getting pretty hot. And then here, what they did is they took an ice cube and then rapidly put it on his back and didn't tell him it was an ice cube. And so the guy believed that it was actually the hot iron hitting his back skin. And he screamed, and his body even formed blisters, like the same blisters you would have if you had been touched by something really hot. So that's how strong imagination really is. Even like physiologically, his body physiologically reacted to, his body was hit by something cold, but physiologically reacted as if it was hit by something hot. That's how strong it is. And that's enough evidence for me to believe that it works. So that's the realization I made yesterday. And I hope this changes the way I view things. So, one thing I didn't do yesterday that I can do to get better today: screens before sleeping. I did consume screens before sleeping. That was pretty bad. Sleep time, 11 hours. Man, I fucking slept. I was underslept and I kind of needed it. And I'm also a little bit sick. So it's fine. Unproductive screen time, 4 hours. Diet, 6. Energy, 5. It was a 6 because the where I order healthy food, it was closed. Energy, 5. Workout, rest. I hit my leg and I'm also sick, so I'm taking a little bit of rest. Input, 10%. Calories consumed, I don't know, but probably I would say somewhere around 1800. On track to hit projections, 0 out of 5. Well, actually, it's one. Well, it's zero. Although I have cash collected, it's 0 out of 5 because I'm still waiting on the answer. Contracted revenue, 5K. Cash in bank, 2200. Promises that they honored, didn't have any promise, so doesn't count. Didn't plan, didn't segment, didn't set tomorrow's daily intention, didn't do any of this, did do these two things, and didn't do that. So, today, finish service delivery for San Diego client, set up lifestyle trackers, build alchemy of self, write out all my limiting beliefs, and change cleaning script. So, this set up life trackers, going back to the point, oh, I deleted them. Going back to this, it's basically pretty predictable to know when you're going to start falling again. And I actually noticed this about a year ago, is whenever I'm meditating for like I have a daily streak of meditation and I start to fall off, like I start to not meditate for a day, I know that that's when the slip starts to happen. So I want to do that for everything. I want to do that for my sleep. I want to notice when I start to slip. I want to do that for my health and my diet, and I want to notice when it starts to slip. I want to do that for my work. I want to do that for my relationships. I want to do that in everything. And that's going to be a little bit extreme, tracking everything, but it is what it is. That's what it is required. So I want to track everything that happens. So like when I sleep, what do I eat before I sleep? What do I do before I sleep? When it comes to work, how do I perceive work? What do I do in the morning? How do I interact with work? Basically everything. And then I want to start noticing what are the patterns, what are the things that make me slip, and then that basically related to a limiting belief that I have. Then I just gotta change those beliefs to something better. That's my plan. Guys, we're fucking on. Let's go.